all the dignitaries on the rise and the team members and the students. We welcome you to this thing. I still remember when we had this meet to discuss the existence of such a datathon, and I remember we are going to go into this thing with the offline setting like most datathons happen. I remember Sudha Guvi showing us this metaverse thing, and I was like, wow. So it's really glad that we could do such a thing, and I really hope that all of you participated in this, regardless of whether you got some prize or not. Really enjoyed working on whatever you have worked for the past 25 hours. We really hope you had a productive time doing this, and I really thank Pravartak and Guvi for making such a thing happen. And I also know, and I also have seen all the team members work really hard for this. So really glad that we could have such a thing. Welcome to this thing. I'll let Mavik take over from here.
I welcome Professor Mangal to talk briefly about Pravartak and the whole initiative.
Good evening to all of you. How do you remember me as a chemistry? One. I don't know which branch I taught. I'm still a faculty here as a emeritus. But most importantly, about Pravartak, let me take a little bit back step. Another very great friend of me. But I want me to speak further. Okay? So, Bal Murali will talk a lot more about it. Pravartak is, of course, IIT Madras's own founded company for technology innovation hub, it is called, and essentially site of physical systems and also of sensors and various other emerging technologies. This is a Section 8 company, not for profit at this point in time, but it is funded by the Department of Science and Technology for the first phase of 5 years as the Technology Innovation Hub, what they call as a TIH. Now, that much I know about it for a fact, and I also know a little more about what the individual teams are doing. But I would say just about a few lines about your program, namely the skilling part of it, and you are trying to get yourself into some reasonable placement and hopefully also some internship before that. This program that I am responsible for the last 5 years is called the Digital Skills Academy, and that comes as a project under the Farmer Center for Continuing Education, and currently it is part of the core, which is Center for Outreach and Digital Education. This project is supposed to train large number of students, faculty in private colleges, in colleges outside of IIT system, and also a large number of government employees in skilling in the emerging areas in IT, finance, and other technology areas, as well as areas which are connected with IIT, all the IIT system one way or the other. There are 36 such sector skill councils in India, and IIT is from a central role in working with at least about 18 to 20 of those such sector skill councils. The IT area that you are working with is one of them. This council, when it was formed, this Digital Skills Academy, when it was formed, I had the faintest idea that we will actually be helpful to our own students 5 years later. And I'm very happy to do that. And most importantly, my partners to this who were with us, who expressed their confidence to work with us, Guvi, IntelliPart. There are quite a number of partners. There are about 8 or 10 partners, and the list is growing. All the best to all of you. Thank you.
I'd like to invite Professor Satyan sir, the advisor of placement and internship at IIT Madras, to share a few words.
Very good evening to all of you. As I was just being introduced, I don't know if you know about the placement and the internship office, and we have 2 advisors for the placement and internship office, and I'm one of them, and Mr. Guvi is sitting here also. So our job as advisors, and then we have placement staff, and then we have a big student team, which includes Mavik and many others I see sitting here. Their job is to try and get placement jobs for all the students. Then somewhere along the way, we realized that internships are also very important. So our internship team is also there, and they're actively trying to get companies in, and as you know, interviews are going on and so forth. We soon realized that internships are very important, right? You learn certain things in the classroom, you hear the lectures from myself, and so on forth. But then having the professional experience in a company before you go for your placement interview is very critical as well. So you get an idea of what a job, professional job environment is like, how you can apply what you've learned, how you deal with people, so-called soft skills. Those are all something that are very critical. So, although right now it is not in your curriculum as a requirement for internship, it used to be there in your curriculum as part of your requirement for your curriculum. But now it's not there, but we still emphasize that internships are very important. And our office, along with the student team, tries to get everybody an internship, but sometimes it's not 100% possible. And that's why we are very glad to partner with Pravartak and their partners as well. And we're happy to note that a sizable number of students got trained in internships through this program. And I hope that the internship experience was very useful. And you can add that to your resume, and then next time you go for your placement interviews that are coming up in December, you can be confident, you can talk about your experience, convince those companies that you can actually get the job as well. So that's the whole idea of this whole program. So I'm very happy to see a big cohort of students here. And I'm thankful to Pravartak and the partners and the team as well for making this happen. So I wish all the students who got trained very good luck, and I hope that you will grab those job offers that are coming up soon, later this year. So good luck. Thank you.
Mr. Murugan, sir, if you could. Good evening to all of you. So I actually will join Professor Satyan in thanking the Pravartak for their role in the placement and internship. So it just started this year. So some of you got the training in some of the programs like data science and cyber security and Python. So which actually could help you in facing this placement at ease. So some of you are here because of your training in the Pravartak. So we take this up from the placement and internship side and team. I take this opportunity to thank the Pravartak, and we are also looking forward for your much more collaboration in future. And unlike this year, I hope the next year we will get more number of students to participate in this Pravartak program. So I think the students team will actually can give this kind of guarantee. So I wish you that, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
At this moment, I'd like to invite Mr. Arun Prakash and Mr. Balamurigan to talk about the significance of this particular bit. One of you, please.
Good evening, everyone. It's a great pleasure to be part of this event and to be part of this dais. First of all, I'd like to thank the entire team of IIT Pravartak for organizing one of such memorable event, and especially for when we said it's going to be through metaverse, it was more of a nightmare for the entire team. So they were like, wow, we have done all these things in offline, but you are saying something which you are going to do over metaverse and completely online. So then it was more of a joint discussion where we said that, no, that is how Guvi has been doing for the past 1 year after the COVID thing, right? So when we took everything online, so we completely moved the entire thought process of the learner itself in such a way that still there can be a better collaboration, there can be a better engagement, even if you are part of online, right? So that was something that we have inculcated in our DNA for the past 2.5 years, and that we were able to extend to the entire team as part of this collaboration. And I'm sure that it has actually turned out to be a wonderful and memorable event for every learner, because from the yesterday morning 9 o'clock, we've been looking at each of the learners' thought process, their progress in learning, their discussions, and it was tremendously engaging. So which we felt like one of the most important part of this hackathon. And obviously the management team who supported this with all their they didn't even thought twice when we asked certain things, saying that if this could be done, this could be better, right? They immediately, the Pravartak team said, yeah, we will be part of it. And I should also thank the alumni team who's been part of the alumni engagement team and the placement team, right? So who's been part of this and who's been working from the day one onwards. To be honest, we haven't met anyone in person still. The entire team sat remotely, the placement team, the alumni team, and the management. Management team, we now obviously know the Pravartak team very close. So everyone, but still, when they all worked together with a single mission that this should be a successful event. Okay, the learners should get the best out of this. So that was the one and only aim with which we all came together. And when we completed it by today morning, right, we were able to feel that, wow, okay, this last 24 hours has been so fruitful that every learner was actually able to present what they have learned. And when they were very curious to share what they what this 24 hour made a transition for them in terms of their hands-on practice, right? It was so heart-touching. So I would like to take this moment to congrats each and every learner who's been part of this and who made their journey so far. We started with around 116 numbers, and then we were able to present it team-wise, and the final team came to this dice. Is going to be part of this dice now. So this is one such event which actually brought all of us together, and my thought process is this doesn't end here. Okay, for each, this is especially for the learners, for the people who participate, right? This is just a beginning for you guys. Okay, you just completed one part of the thing. So taking it to deployment and making sure that it reaches your project portfolio and you keep working on this, right? That is where the real progress is. So ideally, the intention with which everyone started this is to make sure the placement goes much, much higher and the your engagement with the technology goes higher, right? So we should be pursuing further. So that is where this part should lead us to, and I'm sure it will lead us to. Okay. So thank you for this opportunity to be part of this. And I want to thank the entire Guvi team who's been part of this from the day one in terms of the thought process and taking it forward. So congrats team as well. So thank you. So
Bala has covered almost everything, so I have nothing left to talk. So probably I'll update a couple of things. We were also one of the alumni of IITM, not officially, from the IITM research park. When we started it, we started like 3 people from here in IITM research park, and we got all the help from all the professors, starting from Mangal, Ashok Junala, everybody. And then we have grown to this. So it is one of our duty to give back to wherever it is possible and whenever it is possible. It becomes our first duty or choice without any questions. Whenever somebody thanks Guvi for anything, we said we jump in and thank before they will do it. For example, Bala was saying thanks for helping out this datathon. I said no, Bala, it is our privilege to help you out. We thank you for giving that opportunity like that. So for example, to give a context, this is one of the outcomes of the learning process, right? So the reason why Guvi started was we enjoy learning as well as we get more energy when we see more learners. And the last 24 hours, though it was a tiring effort and everything, it has boosted ourselves to the next level. So we get, if you go and talk to any professor or any teacher, their energy is the student's energy. They live on your energy, and then we grow with you. Okay, so that is what we have seen in this hackathon as well. So one such event is for example, we are doing one more event called AI for India, in which we are partnering with the Ministry of Education, and we are trying to teach the basics of AI, not the advanced of anything. So give an intro or awareness program to all the people throughout India. So far around 2 lakh learners. So far we have crossed around 3 lakh learners. So it ends by tomorrow, August 15th it ends. So far we are able to impact a lot of people. Last year we did A 1.0. At that time we did a Guinness World Record with 100x record of around 1.2 lakh learners. So this year it is not a Guinness World Record. We don't want to go and again showcase that. So we want to work with the ground level and impact more people, and that is what we are doing in this month. And probably spread the word, and we'll work together and create more knowledge and impact to the country. Thank you all.
Thanks. One more thing. Krasna, did everyone started posting about this? Did everyone share about it? Did we got the list? Okay, participants.
Yeah.
Did it or not?
It's a
The LinkedIn post? We haven't got it seems.
we have talked.
Did you share it?
Yeah, we have tagged Guvi.
Okay.
Okay, but not the entire thing, I think so. So we will consider it. So what we did is, as part of what they have learned, right? We also wanted them to go to the community and indicate what they have learned and who are their teammates who has been part of this journey. So because usually in every team, right, only the alpha male comes and present what they have done, right? But we never know what the other team's contributions are. So we wanted everyone to be part of this journey and get recognized as well. So that is part of this thing. But make sure that every one of you do that. Okay, that's also taken into this count.
Sorry, again. So the reason why we started doing this is like we did a UI hackathon a month ago. So one of the learner posted his. I mean, he took I think yeah, I think which bank? He took one of the SMB banks UI and then he redesigned it and posted. So he was just posting his learning. The next day he got a call from the COO and he got the offer. Simple. That is the reason why we are asking you to post. Okay. So this is another way to showcase yourself. Thank you.
I'd like to invite Atul and Anurag to share their students' voice regarding the whole database. Atul.
Hello everyone, I am Atul Kumar. I am OE code, and this Pravartak, whatever the journey started with talking to Sri sir, and then discussing with the students, calling to the students, making them to attend these what they have made this for the students, and then this hackathon. Some of the students which I met personally, they told that the UI or the metaverse which was designed by the Guvi, that was the best thing which they have ever seen in this kind of the competitions. I have one a message from our participants. He sent me last night, and he was actually giving me the experience about how he felt when he was actually attending this session with the team. That's it from my side, and I want to congratulate the Pravartak team and the participants who won this competition. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. A better word would be a rainy evening to everyone. So, I'm Anurag. I'm also currently heading the placement team this year. So, I think Atul told most of the thing. What I'll talk about is related to an industry perspective. Competing in such kind of competitions enhance it reflects your ideology, what kind of skill sets you are having, and whether you have won the competition or does not have not won the competition, that doesn't matter. You have participated in it, and you had some skill sets. That's why you participated there and got through it. So such kind of competition brings the best out of you, and it's not like that you have won the competition and that's it. This will enhance your skills, and whenever you are going to some industry and doing any kind of work, these kinds of competitions have which you participated in the past. They brings the best, and when you apply those kind of skills in the industry, that at that time you will realize that how important such kind of competitions were, and those that enhances the your skill set and brought the best out of best from you. Congratulate everyone who participated and who have won the competitions. Thank you from my side.
I accordingly invite Professor Devendra to address.
So today I'm representing Pravartak here. Normally I would have represented the code office, which is sitting on top, but today is a different day. So actually the idea started. Actually, we need to thank Professor Mangal Sundar for coming up with this whole idea of providing internship to people who did not get internship through the training and placements, right? And the second idea was to give life skills, as Satyan talked about, to give you skills that we don't give in the academics. When we give, I teach signal processing, signals and systems and so on, but that's not really something that will be helpful to you when you go for interview, when you are looking for a job. And so, how do we give these additional skills that everybody needs today, right? I mean, as our economy increases, it's going to become 8 trillion by 2030. There'll be new kinds of challenges, new opportunities, right? And so, and are we training our students to face that? Are we giving them the skills, or are we just making them look for jobs, or going to make them as job creators? So these are some of the problems that all of us are talking and thinking about, right? And so this is just a small baby step in that direction, right? You have now got skills, a better way of looking at the world, and you probably will go and not go to Professor Satyan's training and placement looking for a job, but you will come back to recruit people. How about that, right? With these new skills, you will become a different person and come back to recruit some of us, right? We will be there seeking employment. You will be there as a job providers, right? And so hopefully, we have made that first step in that, in that direction. Okay, so I hope you have all enjoyed doing this summer internship in June and July, right? I forget, and the 24-hour hackathon that was started yesterday morning and went on till this morning. I was told that 37 people actively participated out of 100 odd people who were invited, and it was very intense, right? I mean, so I think that part is very important, that it was an intense job and you all liked it. Okay, and good luck to those who are going to get prizes today. It's wonderful, congratulations. And for those who did not, but put in the effort, congratulations again. So good luck. We'll see you on the stage soon when your names are called for the prizes. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to invite Mr. Karthikeya Vishwanath, CEO of DataSwitch.
Thank you. I'm Karthik Vishwanath, CEO of DataSwitch. Part of Cognizant. I started a company 3 years back. So first of all, thanks a lot actually for inviting me. Thanks Lola actually as well. So I'm coming here actually as a industry person, right? All the placements and everything. Now on the right topic that you have selected as a datathon, right? So hackathon actually focusing only on the data. That's very important, right? So we are all now talking about actually artificial intelligence, data science, all this thing, right? So we are in a digital, right? Everything that whatever you are doing, actually everything is setting something, right? That's all going as a data somewhere, maybe unstructured, semi-structured, structure, or somewhere is storing actually in a cloud, on mobile, anywhere. So how this is being really being used, right? Because it's all shaded and it's going as actually some of the backbone. And a lot of industry is actually leveraging this data actually for betterment for their own companies, for the communities, and other thing and all. And the petabytes of the data is that are coming in actually into the industry. Right? Now, how we can convert? Now we are talking about all this artificial intelligence, ChatGPT 3, right, or LLM, large language model, all this thing and all. It's all good and right. Only few companies are really spending on GPUs actually and getting all this good model, right? It required actually petabytes of data for their training. Now, if you just take any of the ChatGPT, it's all asking, but it is not. It's giving a generic answer, but it is not really contextual and specific to your need as well, right? And it gets so much of data training required. Right? How the AI is actually required. I mean, you need to train. You have to provide the data here, right? Similarly, on the data science area, so everybody is actually all in the limelight. Similarly, we're talking all about the data science, right? It's a limelight, right? Everybody talking about data science. If you look at actually on this model, nowadays everything is AutoML, right? All the models already available. What you need to do is just prepare the data and then make it available for this your model to be built, right? So 70 to 80% of the data actually on the data science focus on the data preparation, data wrangling, on creating the data actually for the data science to work. So where exactly now so much of data is there in the bottom layer, and now we are talking about all the tip of the iceberg actually on the front end, the artificial intelligence and data science. But the middle of the work, that is actually a data engineering, right? So you have so much of data that are available. You need to convert actually into knowledge, and that need to be going into that completely in a wisdom, right? And that can be used for actually good analytics and decision making, right? So the topic that we are talking about, the datathon, actually that's important. And more data is going to come as well, right? And not many people really spending time actually on preparing the data and getting the data for your analytics, not for the industries, for the community, for the entire world as well, right? So continue to pursue this data and also spend time. So because don't look at only a data science or a AI professional alone as a kind of a market that you need to go, right? You also need to spend about whatever comes in, like even the data engineering side. That is a major. If you look at your Gartner report today, the number one actually industry recommend actually is a data engineering, right? Data science, everything is AutoML capability. Data engineering is the number one job actually in the entire IT industry, right? Continue to pursue, because there's an excellent opportunity that you got actually to get participate into some of the data, so that you somehow you touched actually some of the programming side, and the nitty-gritty is began to see how the data is really getting formulated. Now continue to pursue on this particular area, and definitely I think you have a huge career will be there actually on the data space itself. Thanks for the opportunity. Thank you.
I'd like to thank our esteemed director for joining us today. Shall I continue with Mr. Santosh Jayaram, CEO of Diamond Pick? Part of it, the academic part of it. So basically, we are a 3-4-year-old organization that IT recruitment. So we've grown quickly to a team of about 500 people, and we kind of service more than 50 IT career staffing recruitments. So one thing that I would probably advise you guys on, if that's the right word, right, is basically to kind of keep upskilling yourself, and that is where our partnership with IITM Pravartak comes in. Right? So we started off as a HR consulting organization where we kind of help strategize companies on how to grow. And then we slowly evolved into fulfilling that, making recruitment happen for these big companies, Cognizant, Infosys, Accenture, TCS, HCL. So we work with all of these companies in helping them staff their IT teams. So we initially started off with lateral hiring. So when we say lateral, it's about experienced people. And recently we've also started with helping freshers get into these top organizations. And one of the major roadblocks that we face is quality of people. When I say quality, it is not academic quality, it is employability quality of people, right? That is basically the gap that when IITM Pravartak also came up with us and on a different conversation, it kind of, both of us had the need and we thought that we need to partner. So IITM Pravartak helps on the academia side of it, and we hold the bridge strong on the industry side of it. One of the major problems that we saw with people is how soon can they become useful in the organization. Right? It's not about employability, it's not about good academia getting into the organization, but how soon can you add value into the organization. So today, if I kind of pitch back to how the IT revolution happened. Right. I think the Indian IT revolution was largely driven by the Y2K boom in 2000. Right. At that point of time, C++, we were the only backward nation who knew C++. Everybody were far more forward, and they needed people, hands and legs to keep converting to overcome the Y2K problem, and that's how the boom started in India. Right. Today the scenario is different. Today people don't want quantity, they don't want hands and legs, they don't want the lakhs and lakhs of people sitting in the IT organizations. I think the COVID kind of also pushed that faster. Today, the requirement is more on quality than on quantity. Right? So there's a gap. When I say a gap, it's a cliched thing, right? The gap between your education and the gap between the industry requirements. It's a cliched remark. But I would want to focus specifically on one part. Right? I would say the technological advancements that happen today, the commercial technological advancements, are at a rather much faster pace than the syllabus growing in the academia. Right? Yes, you can talk about rocket science, you can talk about biocellular or whatever and all of that, but those are very small niche areas. But if you look at AI, ML, data, those are very fast growing. Even the hackathon that you had today, right? Having a hackathon in metaverse is becoming a commercially viable concept. Now, I think Guvi, I'm not sure if anybody else has done this before. If this is the first thing, I think it's a good start, right? And I think converting this into a commercial product is going to be rather quick than how soon your academics can update their syllabus. And that is where these training programs, I think, now I want to congratulate IITM Pravartak also on the kind of programs that they are bringing about, right? In terms of how do we enhance our students, our learners, our generation of young learners, and how soon can they become productive in an organization. No longer are you going to go in an organization, get 3 months training, 6 months training, get your first project 1 year down the line. All that has to happen during your at the time of your academia itself. The moment you join today's IT industry, I will probably kind of restrict my focus on IT because that is where our strengths lie. The requirement of today's IT is basically, can you come in, can you add value, can you become deployable? There is no more growing the company, there is no more evolving. Those are all CSR activities that they'll take care of. In a project, I'm very commercial, I'm losing money because India's IT outlook has changed. It is not about quantity, it is about quality. And that is where you guys doing things like this hackathon, keeping yourself updated, going beyond your academics, knowing what is the commercially viable technologies today. You say data engineering, probably the next 2-3 years is going to be that. But I'm pretty sure 3 years down the line, there's going to be something else to top data engineering. It doesn't mean data engineering has no value. It is just that the next set of students have to data engineering is a given for them. Today, how Java, full stack, and all of that is a given for people. And AI and ML is the next stage where they go in. That becomes given. That becomes your entry benchmark, and you have to go to the next technology. It keeps evolving, and unless you keep updating yourself, you're not going to differentiate yourself in the industry. And as people were rightly mentioning, right, this hackathon on your resume, this additional projects on your resume is what is going to differentiate you guys, right? So with that note, I'll probably congratulate all of you, congratulate the winners, and all the best for your career and academics. Thank you.
I'd like to invite our director, Kambodi sir, to present us.
So friends, dear students, very happy that this has happened. One of the important things that non-core training helps the core is that today every core subject has sufficient amount of data record. There is a need for visualization. There is a need for many platforms in the core area which require understanding of right. So this can be a very good augmentation to your core discipline, and that's the way I am looking at it. Today there are lot more of necessity of this type of augmentation in the core sector, and that we are seeing every day when we meet the industry. There is a need for broadly saying digital twins, right? They do some work, but they would like to have a digital representation of that model. through which they can visualize, they can talk to the clients, they can do some what ifs analysis in this direction. I think that way this decathlon, or what do you call it? Datathon, okay, is going to be an extremely good one where you would have taken. I have not seen the problems that you have solved, but I'm sure this would have led you to happy that this has happened. Down the line, we would like to have such type of specifically for the as a part of your internship where we train people for and then conclude it with such type of a good competition so that people understand where they stand and there are some things that will, and this will essentially enable them to get a very good even will help them in their research and other activities. I think this is something that we must do on a yearly basis. Who are benefited by this, please do convey this to your juniors, right? So whatever as faculty, director, whatever we say, juniors will not kindly go and tell your juniors to participate in these type of this will go. Next time, what I'm also suggesting is a bit of urgency. Let us involve the departments and also ask the department if there are some very interesting problems in their respective domains, which is oriented towards by interaction with the department, so that they could do that and probably continue it as their patient. I also suggest that since we have a very big network of core companies, this is our core, right? So I always want the core people to work in core mechanical engineering. So all the best and congratulations from there. So and for all others, please do convey this to your juniors. That is very very. Continue this program in a bigger, larger scale. Next time it should go to the hospital. Okay, thank you.
I'd like to invite Ms. Venkatalakshmi from Guvi to announce the winners of the competition.
So Guvi is a IIT Madras incubator startup. They are employers, not employees, just for your information. Give a big round of applause.
Thank you, 2023. So before I do that, I would like to thank Mr. Srinivasan and IITM Pravartak Placement Cell for giving Guvi this wonderful opportunity to host their students through this metaverse platform. And I take a proud moment to appreciate our Guvi's internal team in organizing the event to be a great success. Hearty congratulations to each one of the candidates who participated in the Datathon, and hope this provides a good opportunity for you to showcase your skills, and this will definitely provide you some exposure which you heard before. So to give a summary of the whole event, about 50 students out of 116 students received an entrance test which consisted of MCQ questions on the fundamentals of data science, and 3 coding questions were also given. So out of which, the teams were divided into 10, and we started the event yesterday by 9 a.m., the 13th of August, and it continued until 9 a.m. 2 hours Datathon, as you know. So it went on to be a successful event. And we started with the orientation around 9:30, and after which we had given them the problem statement, and they were given time to read about it, and then the mentors were allocated for each team. The mentors guided them on the problem statement, and whatever tech team were also there, and the coordination team also played a vital role in success. And then and continued well, and in between we had some breaks, and the participants especially, they really cooperated well, and they stayed all night, they participated well, and that is what made the event a big success. And to keep them engaged, we had some short fun activities, and we continued until morning 6, which was the time given to them the project. After which the evaluation process took place with our internal tech team and the presentations. And our tech team evaluated the projects based on various criteria such as completion, quality, implementation, data science skills, and total working hours were also taken into account. We decided on the winning team with all these criteria mentioned above. So, so without further delay, I think everybody is waiting for the winning team to be announced, right? Here we go with the third place where it will be Team G. And the mentor for them was Mr. Thirumurugan. They backed this prize with 77.5 points in total. Team G, congratulations. I would like to call them on stage. Parth, Paras, Pratyush. These were the people in Team G. Congratulations, Parth, Paras, and Pratyush. Congratulations, team. Moving to the second place, Team D with total points of 77.6 were the second place winners, and the mentor was Simran Sethia. Can I have Shauvik, Arindam, and Srihari? Could you please come up to the stage? Shauvik, Arindam, Srihari, Kaushik, Yashwant, and Shaurya. Whoever is present here, kindly come up to the stage. Congratulations, Team D. And the most awaited deserving team, the Team A, are the winners of Datathon 2023. The mentor who guided them was Ms. Anshal Verma. So Team A, congratulations on bagging this prize of Datathon 2023. Ashara, Suraj, Sachidanandam, Abhinav, could you please come up to the stage? Their total points were 84.2. Come on, give them a big round of applause. There's one more surprise prize awaiting. So it's not to forget the incredible team effort by Team F with total points of 70. This is to be a special mentioning here because they stayed for long hours and throughout the night they were there. These people, they were never tired, and they continued to be there throughout the event, and they bagged this special mentioning award here. Team F, I request you all to come up to the stage, please. Srinath, Abhiram, Rishika, Vishwajit, and Budavaraku. Sorry. These people, deserve a great round of applause. Kindly cheer them up. Hearty congratulations to all the winners, and I hope we come up here every year for further datathons. Thank you all.
Sir, if you could please provide memento to our esteemed CEOs, Mr. Karthik Vishnan and Mr. Santosh. I'd like if the presentation team could, the winning team could please show your presentation and demonstrate us all the hard work you put over the last 24 hours and walk us through the what you done.
Good evening, guys. First of all, I would like to thank you, especially the metaverse, which I found very interesting. Because this event held in metaverse, then that's the only reason I was able to participate, because I was at home. I only came to college when they say I'm winning. Or else, okay. Thank you, guys. So yeah, the hackathon was only for 24 hours, so there's not much. So the problem statement is just to find the predict rent in a Bangalore setting. So this is very simple problem in some sense. The data was very clean, which we don't usually get. So this is the problem statement. And then my first approach was just to put some basic correlation plots. And yeah, this is just a first step. I just plotted all the numerical data, and then to see the relationships and to know how do I proceed and stuff. So yeah, as you can see, these are all numerical values and no categorical values are present, which because I have not pre-processed any data. I just ran core, that's it. And from now on, I will do some pre-processing and do basic EDA, that's it. So this was very interesting. This was done using GeoPandas library, which to be honest, ChatGPT helped me a lot with that. But then yeah, so this thing in the data there were two columns which gave latitude and longitude of all the houses. So we just thought it would be interesting to just see how it is spread. And then the map is from the BMC, the Bangalore Metro Corporation. So I just superimpose them, that's it. It's basic simple things. And then I also used the latitude longitude to impute some data regarding address which were missing. So I just used latitude and longitude. Actually Suraj did. So yeah, I don't want to take that. But Suraj actually imputed the missing address section. And in some places the addresses were very illegible. They gave something very stupid, and then which could not be processed. So Suraj actually imputed them with the long data and stuff. And as you can see, it is scaled to the rent, and the red part, as you can see, is high rent model. So if you are planning to go there, just avoid those places. So yeah, and then next stuff is just seeing the data. I mean if you can see, I didn't have my specs, so I have to go. So places with lift are more costlier than places without lift, and I mean it's very obvious. But then I plotted so you can just see the actual difference, around 5,000 and 10,000, something like that. So I mean this might be pretty obvious if you see. Yeah, of course places with lift will have higher rent than without them. But then just to quantify them and stuff. Next slide. And then again, places with parking lot and the type of parking lot they provide also impacts rent very much. Again, just to quantify them. And then something interesting which I saw, which was not intuitive, is that the negotiation part. So there was one column which said if the rent offer was up to if the owner was ready to negotiate or not. So what I found was it's basically the same. Even if we negotiate or not negotiate, the rent does not change much. So by this we can say that the market forces actually drive the prices rather than the renter. So yeah, even if you're a salesman, you cannot overcharge the tenants because market forces drive the rent prices. And yeah, this thing is
this thing is a floor to rent value. I mean, you can see there are 25 floors. Of course, it's Bangalore, so they will have. As you can see, the rent hits a sweet spot around 6 and 7, but then after that it stagnates. So I don't know why. I cannot understand why this is something like that. I mean, I would pay more for ground floors so that I don't have to bother. I mean, if there's a fire, we can just run. But then, yeah, the people prefer 6th to 7th floor. Maybe it's because of the view, or I don't know. Next one. And yeah, this was the most painstaking task of the whole project. So basically, we had address section, which was very unstructured. Some places they just give locality. Some places give the whole address. So, I mean, fortunately, I had experience with natural language processing. Because of that, I was able to salvage the data somewhat. I mean, even now you can see there are some places which are like redundant. But then, yeah, so this plot basically tells the price of the rent to with respect to locality. So yeah, if you're going to Bangalore, just take a screenshot of it. You can maybe. As you can see, some places are very costly, and spread is also there. So even in places, if in the same place, some places, even in the same locality, some places are pretty posh and some places are pretty affordable. If the bar plot is very long, the place has lot of ranges to choose from. So yeah, this I found to be the most painstaking and interesting part of the whole project. And then yeah, this is the model evaluation part. This the 80-20 rule, 80% time processing data, 20% evaluation. That to 20% because I have a very bad computer, so it took long of time. So these are the model performance on the test set. And as you can see, it's not good. It's decent, but then yeah, of course, sophisticated model give better results, and then simple model gives decent 60% result. I mean, R2 score is around 60, which should be around 1. So sophisticated models usually give around 0.78 and stuff. Yeah, and then that side is RMSE, the root mean square value. This is usually gives. I mean, intuitively speaking, this is the noise around the prediction. So yeah, next one. And this is after we did hyperparameter tuning on the model. So just running through the parameters and then choosing the best of them. And then as you can see in SGD model, it improved a little bit only. I mean, because I restricted a lot of parameters because my computer couldn't take it. It just blows out. I mean, in start. So, and these things I did in last 2 hours, so I couldn't take risk. I just ran very limited amount of parameters on very limited data set, so that I could just get some results and then present it rather than achieving perfection. So yeah, that's it. This is hyperparametering. Is there any slide left? I don't think so. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. I mean, after that, it was basically presenting. After that, I just slept for 3 hours.
And request first the director to give some certifications to some of the volunteers that helped out with the process. Ishwara Ganesh. Anurag, please. Atul. The final certificate seems to be to myself, so I think. One more, Karthik. Please. I'd also request Director to provide our token of gratitude to Mr. Balamurugan and Mr. Arun.
Guvi team. Also the Guvi
Yeah,
team.
the entire Guvi team, if you please come forward.
Sorry, I just called.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. We also have tokens of appreciation for Professor Devendra and Professor Mangal. Would you please come? Please come forward, sir.
Thank you.
We'd also like to express our gratitude to Professor Satyan sir and Professor Murugan sir. Thank you, sir. Sudarshan. Sir, could you please share the survey to Sudarshan Awards? And so for taking the time out today from your busy schedule and helping us with today, we'd also have a moment of gift, please. I invite Mr. Poshadri to give the token of gratitude and conclude the program.
Hello, warm good evening to all. So, as we drawn the curtains on the IITM Pravartak Datathon in 2023, I would like to extend the sincere gratitude to your presence and unwavering support from the IIT Madras and the placement team. Firstly, I would like to express the gratitude to IITM Pravartak and Guvi EduTech for the supporting technically for this datathon. And also, I thank to the collaborators of Data Switch and Diamond Peak. And I heartfelt congratulations to the winners and outstanding participants. And your dedication and creativity and have been truly remarkable. And you are continued to excel in innovation. And a special thanks to goes to the placements and internships advisors Professor Satyan Subaya and Professor Murgavelu sir, and also like a project director Professor Devendra Jayadevhal and Dr. M.J. Shankar Ram, the CEO of the IITM Pravartak, and whose guidance has been instrumental in shaping the journey of our winners and participants. I extend my sincere gratitude to our honorable Professor Director Professor Kamakoti for visionary leadership and unwavering support. So in this moment, I wanted to share one thing so at the time some unwanted thing was happening in the campus. That time the Professor Kamakoti sir came and addressed the situation. So that time this thing is why it is happened and why all the who are facing the problem. That time we are requested Professor Kamakoti sir, our people are they are lack of internships. The people are who are not got the internship, they are facing a pressure. So we have to thank a very in a very little time he was initiated. This is IITM Pravartak. So lastly, I would like to thank organizing committee and their hard work in making this event successful. And a big thank to all of our attendees and enthusiasm and has greatly contributed to the event and vibrancy. So as we come to the end of the hackathon, so let's not view on the mercy and the closing of this session, but rather the initiation of an ongoing journey and characterization and innovation of collaboration. So in conclusion, I extend my heartfelt appreciation to all of you, and once again, congratulations to the winners and thank you all.